Welcome to Stoic Way with Alaric. Listen closely. Everything you desire in life is already on its way to you. The problem is, most people live in a constant state of anxiety, fear, and despair. And that, my friend, blocks everything. Imagine it like this. Life is like a river. If you cling to every rock, if you fight against the current, if you resist what is, you get exhausted, you drown, and you never get to where you want to go. But when you learn to relax, when you trust the flow of life, when you stop forcing things and simply act with calm and determination, everything begins to align. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. They knew that the key is not to obsess over what you want, but to become the person who naturally attracts it. And today, Alaric will share with you 9 essential Stoic lessons. Lessons that will help you manifest everything you desire in your life. But before we begin, ask yourself this question. Are you ready to stop fighting and start flowing? Go to the comment section and write, "Today I will let go and trust." This is more than just a statement. It's a declaration of your intention. And if you find value in videos like this, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any powerful content from Stoic Way with Alaric. We are starting right now with the first lesson. Relax and release control. Listen, we live in a constant struggle against what we cannot change. We cling to the idea that if we just try harder, if we just push harder, if we just take absolute control, then everything will go our way. But what happens when life does not obey our expectations? We get frustrated. We get distressed, and we feel like the world is conspiring against us. However, the true secret lies in letting go and trusting. Stoicism teaches us that the key to a peaceful life is not to try to control the uncontrollable, but to learn to intelligently navigate what is in our hands. Imagine you are in the middle of the ocean, clinging with all your might to an oar, trying to row against the current. But no matter how hard you try, the current is stronger than you. You keep fighting until exhaustion overwhelms you, and then you realize something. If instead of rowing in desperation, you adjusted your sails and let the wind carry you, you could go much further, without resistance, without anguish. Life is like that. When we try to force situations, when we want everything to be exactly as we imagine it, we end up suffering. But when we trust the process, when we let go of the need for control and flow with life, things start to align. Think of those moments when you most desired something, when you tried to manipulate every detail to make it go your way, and in the end, nothing turned out as you expected. Now, remember the times when you simply followed your intuition, did what was necessary, and allowed things to flow. Those were the occasions when life surprised you with even better results than you had imagined. This does not mean that we should sit idly by waiting for everything to happen magically. It means that we must do our part with determination, but without clinging to a specific outcome. Our role is to act with intention, with discipline, with faith in our path, and allow the universe to do its work. Relax. Release control. Trust that life has an incredible way of accommodating things when we stop resisting. Learn to flow, because that's where the magic happens. When you stop obsessing over every detail and allow the universe to do its part, you will be surprised by all that begins to arrive in your life. Listen. Imagine your mind as a giant magnet. Everything you think, everything you focus on, you attract to yourself. This is not magic. This is not a mystical trick. It is a profound psychological and philosophical reality. Epictetus stated it clearly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The same applies to what you attract into your life. If you constantly complain about how bad things are, how unfair life is, how difficult it is to get what you want, what do you think you'll keep seeing around you? More of the same. Because when you focus on lack, on the negative, your mind only detects signals that reinforce that belief. It's like when you decide to buy a certain car model, and suddenly you see it everywhere. It's not that there are more of those cars, it's that you are now focused on them. It works the same with opportunities, with abundance, with happiness. If you focus on what's missing, on what you don't have, on what you fear, that's what you keep attracting. But if you train your mind to focus on the positive, on the possible, on what you can do, then your reality changes. The key is not to desperately desire something, but to relax and focus on what's correct. Marcus Aurelius made it clear. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Focus on what truly depends on you. Your attitude, your thoughts, your energy. Think of a person who wants to attract love, but lives with fear of rejection, with the belief that no one will value them. What do you think they will project? Insecurity, anxiety, distrust. And that is what others will perceive. Now imagine someone who focuses on their own growth, on being happy with themselves, without depending on external validation. That person transmits confidence, serenity, authenticity, and that is what they will attract. This is not about ignoring reality, but about directing your energy towards what you want to see in your life. Don't fight against the negative. Simply stop feeding it with your attention. Relax, trust, and focus on what's correct. Life will respond to you accordingly. Be honest with me. If Alaric told you that you already have everything you need to be happy, would you believe it? Perhaps not. Maybe you'd think you lack money, love, success, or recognition. But the truth is this: you will never attract more if you don't know how to appreciate what you already have. We live chasing what we lack, looking at what others have, wanting more and more. And in that process, we forget something essential. Our life is already full of gifts, but we are too distracted to see them. Epictetus said clearly, "Do not seek for things to happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do happen, and you will live serenely." What does this mean? If you focus only on what you lack, you will live with anxiety, frustration, and a constant sense of scarcity. But if you shift your focus to gratitude, you begin to see the abundance that was always there. Gratitude is not just saying thank you. It's a state of mind, a way of living. It's waking up each morning and realizing that just breathing is a miracle. It's looking around and seeing that even if you don't have everything you desire, you have enough to keep going. And when you truly feel that gratitude, the universe responds. When you learn to value what you already have, anxiety disappears, stress dissolves, and you open yourself to receive more. Because the universe will not give you more if you don't know how to value what it has already given you. Gratitude is not conformity. It does not mean you cannot aspire to more. It means you stop living from scarcity and start living from abundance. So today, before you desire more, before you ask the universe for anything, pause for a moment and look around. Be grateful for what you already have, and you will see how little by little life will respond to you with even more reasons to keep being grateful. Listen. Look around you. Everything you see, everything you touch, even the person you are today, is the result of your past. But here's the trick. The past has no power over you unless you give it to it. Think of a river. The water that has passed can no longer turn today's mill. But if you keep looking back, obsessing over what has been, you will miss the water that continues to flow. Your life is like that. What you did, what was done to you, the mistakes, the failures, the difficult moments, all of that is already behind you. You cannot rewrite history, but you can decide what you will do with the blank pages you have now. Marcus Aurelius said it clearly. If you are distressed by anything external, it is not this thing that perturbs you, but your judgment about it. And you have the power to revoke that judgment. Now, your past only has the importance you decide to give it. Imagine someone who suffered a betrayal in the past, was hurt, disappointed, and instead of healing, They continue to carry that pain with fear of trusting new people. They live with an invisible armor that protects them, but also isolates them. The result is they miss opportunities, relationships, moments of happiness. It's not the past that's limiting them, but their attachment to it. Now, imagine someone who chooses to let go. They don't forget, because the past also teaches, but they decide not to live chained to it. They learn the lesson and move on. That person allows themselves new experiences, new bonds, new opportunities. That is the difference between being a prisoner of yesterday and being the owner of the present. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not what was done to you. You are what you decide to do with all of that. Every day you have the power to start anew, to let go of guilt, to leave resentment behind, to write a different story. Stop looking back. Relax. Free yourself. The past has no control over you, unless you allow it to. Listen, we live in a world where most people react automatically to what happens outside. They are carried away by circumstances, by problems, by what others say or do. But here's the truth. It is not the external world that determines your destiny, but how you interpret what happens and how you respond to it. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are perturbed by anything external, it is not that thing that disturbs you, but your judgment about it. And it is in your power to erase that judgment now." This means that life is not about what happens, but about how you choose to see it. If you want to transform your reality, you must first learn to master your mind. Imagine you are stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. You can get angry, frustrated, curse the day. Or you can accept what you cannot change, breathe deeply, and use that time to reflect. Listen to something inspiring, or simply enjoy the moment. Which version of yourself do you think will arrive at the meeting in a better state? The one who gets angry and curses, or the one who accepts and moves on? This is how we master our mind. By choosing our response, instead of letting ourselves be carried away by automatic reaction. The mind is like a garden. If you fill it with negative thoughts, fear, complaints, you will be sowing weeds that will choke you. But if you fill it with powerful ideas, calm, gratitude, then you will be cultivating fertile ground for happiness and success. Epictetus reminds us, it is not what happens to you that perturbs you, but your opinion about it. When you face a problem, ask yourself, does this really have power over me? Or does it only have it because I am giving it too much importance? Most of the time we suffer more from the story we tell ourselves in our mind than from the situation itself. So, if you want to transform your reality, start by transforming your way of thinking. Focus on what you can control, accept what you cannot change, and choose responses that lead you to peace instead of chaos. Life is much simpler than we believe. It is we who complicate it with our mind. So, relax, breathe, let go of what you cannot control, and you will see how little by little everything you desire begins to manifest. Not because reality is changed, but because you have changed. And when you change, everything changes. Listen, did you know that what happens while you sleep is not just physical rest? Sleep has the power to transform your mind, to clear emotional clutter, and allow you to start the day with renewed energy. But it's not just about sleeping 8 hours. It's about how that rest directly affects your ability to manifest what you desire in life. When we are awake, our minds are constantly bombarded by thoughts, emotions, worries, and stimuli. But when we sleep, it's as if the mind has a pause, a space to order everything, as if it were cleaning a blackboard full of scribbles. It is during sleep that our emotions are consolidated, when the body recharges, and when our subconscious has the opportunity to reorganize the pieces of our life's puzzle. Sleep not only restores the body, but also restores our internal perspective. Stoic philosophy constantly reminds us of the importance of calm and serenity. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, spoke about the importance of mastering our thoughts and emotions, seeking inner peace. Tranquility is the last refuge of wisdom, he said. And one of the greatest refuges for wisdom is adequate rest. When we sleep enough, we allow our mind to calm down, our thoughts to settle, and our emotions not to control us. For example, maybe you're working on your goals, but feel like things aren't progressing as you'd like. You spend hours dwelling on problems, thinking about what you don't have, about what's missing. What you might not know is that sleep is a powerful ally in this process. When you allow yourself to rest correctly, your mind finds solutions you hadn't considered. It orders your thoughts and allows the body to regain energy to continue the next day with more clarity and purpose. Remember that life is not a constant race. It's not about always being in motion, doing more and more. As the Stoics taught us, sometimes the wisest thing to do is to stop, rest, and allow the body and mind to recharge, to face what comes next with greater strength, clarity, and serenity. The power of sleep is that deep rest that prepares you to manifest what you desire from a place of inner calm. Listen, have you ever felt that mornings have a special power? That the simple act of waking up can change the entire course of your day? Mornings are not just the beginning of a new day. They are the first moment you connect with your purpose, your energy, and your destiny. And it is in those first hours, in that small space between sleep and wakefulness, when you can sow the seeds to manifest everything you desire. The Stoics, great masters of the mind and calm, knew that controlling the first hours of the day could define the quality of everything that came after. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, woke up every day with the intention of finding peace and purpose in what the day would bring him. Today, I will be meeting with intolerant, selfish, treacherous, envious, and greedy people. He reflected, but always with a clear focus. Do not allow the external to control your internal. Mornings are like a blank canvas, ready to be painted with the experiences, decisions, and emotions you choose to live. Imagine that every morning, you have the opportunity to draw what you want your day to be, to shape the things you wish to achieve. If you wake up rushing, hurried, with chaotic thoughts, and complaints about what's still missing, that will be the tone of your day. But if instead you take a moment to breathe, reflect, and visualize your intentions, that simple act can completely transform the way you face everything the day brings. The Stoics teach us that everything outside our control should not steal our peace. Manifestation mornings are not about controlling everything that happens, but about controlling how you prepare for what's coming. Just as a painter prepares his brushes before painting, you too can prepare your mind for what you wish to achieve. As Seneca reminds us, do not waste time, for it is the only thing you cannot recover. Every morning is a new opportunity to do something that brings you closer to your dreams. Don't miss that opportunity. It is not necessary for everything to be resolved in a single day. But by starting your day with focus, gratitude, and the intention to manifest what you desire, you are opening the doors for the universe, your mind, and destiny to work in your favor. Remember, every morning is a new page in your story. Make it worth writing. It's time to start manifesting, one step at a time. Listen, imagine your mind as a workshop, and your thoughts are the tools you use to build your life. If every day you concentrate on things you cannot control, if you let worries invade, it's as if you were building your life with broken or inadequate tools. But if you decide to use visualization as your primary tool, if you choose to focus on what you can control, you can start creating a completely new life, full of purpose and clarity. This is one of the fundamental principles of Stoic philosophy: the control of what is in our hands. Epictetus said it clearly: It is not things that disturb us, but our opinion about them. This means that although we cannot control the environment or circumstances, we can control how we respond to them. And one of the most powerful methods to do so is through visualization. Visualization is not just a mental exercise. It is an act of creation. It is putting your desires and goals into motion. All great visionaries, from philosophers to successful entrepreneurs, knew that the mind has the power to create what seems unattainable. If you have a clear image in your mind, that vision becomes a lighthouse that illuminates your path, guiding you towards creating the life you desire. The Stoics knew that a well-trained mind is a mind that can overcome any obstacle. If today you think big, if you imagine yourself reaching your goals, you are opening the way for those goals to manifest in your life. Imagine you want to improve your physical fitness. We all know it's not easy, but how could you use visualization here? Before getting out of bed, imagine how you would feel after a successful workout. Visualize how your body is getting stronger, how you look healthier, how every exercise you do brings you closer to your goal. That visualization is the first step. Now, the next is to act. Maybe you can't run a marathon today, but you can do 10 minutes of exercise. You visualized your goal. Now, you are bringing it closer to reality with small steps. So, day after day, and with each visualization, your body and mind will align to create what was once just a dream. Visualization is a powerful tool because it allows you to create a clear and detailed image of what you want to achieve. It helps you focus your energy on what really matters and motivates you to take those small steps towards your dreams. The Stoics understood that what is in our mind has a direct impact on our reality. What the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill taught us. And if we apply that to Stoic philosophy, we can say that what our mind visualizes, our life can create. So, start today. Dedicate those morning minutes to visualizing what you want to create in your life. Be clear, be focused, and above all, act. Your mind is your workshop, and with visualization as a tool, you can create a life full of purpose, success, and peace. It's not just what you think. It's what you do with what you think that leads you to manifestation. Listen, the Stoics understood that in stillness lies the key to connecting with reality, to understanding ourselves, and, more importantly, to manifesting the life we desire. The problem is, we flee silence because it forces us to confront ourselves. We fear what we might find in solitude. But here's the key. It's in that space of silence that we can hear what we truly want and what the universe has for us. Most people think manifesting is just repeating affirmations and visualizing. But here's the truth. To manifest, you first need clarity. And to have clarity, you need silence. It's in the calm that you can truly hear your genuine desires and differentiate what you want from what others have made you believe you should want. How many times have we spoken or made decisions without truly thinking about what we want? If you stop, if you learn to listen, instead of filling the void with noise, you will discover that the universe is already speaking to you, but you need to be present to receive its message. Imagine you're at a crucial moment in your life. You have two options before you: a high-paying job but without passion, or a more uncertain path but aligned with your purpose. Most people would be swayed by the noise. Others' opinions, fear of making mistakes, social pressure. But the right answer is not external. It's within you. Instead of seeking advice everywhere, practice silence. Disconnect from the noise for a moment. Find a space where you can be alone with yourself. Breathe deeply. Don't look for immediate answers. Simply focus inward. In time, the answer comes. The intuition that has been buried under the noise of daily life begins to speak to you, tells you what you truly want. And that clarity, that certainty, is the first step to manifesting what you desire. Manifesting is not about controlling the universe, but about aligning with it. And to do that, you need to listen, not just talk. You need to learn to enjoy silence, to trust it, to find answers in stillness. It's in the silence that we revoke erroneous beliefs, where we get rid of what limits us, and where we allow ourselves to receive what we truly deserve. So, stop, breathe, and listen. There lies the key to creating the life you desire. Listen. We've just explored 9 powerful lessons from Stoicism. Truths that will help you not only relax, but also unleash your ability to manifest everything you desire in your life. You've learned to release control, to trust the flow of life, and to focus your energy on what truly matters. You've realized the transformative power of gratitude, the liberating potential of letting go of the past, and the ultimate importance of mastering your mind. We've uncovered the regenerative power of deep sleep, how to craft intentional mornings, and the art of visualization to turn dreams into reality. And finally, you've found clarity and connection in sacred silence. This journey is not about forcing life to bend to your will. It's about aligning with the rhythm of the universe, trusting your inner wisdom, and allowing the best things to naturally come to you as you live consciously. Alaric wants you to remember, everything you crave is not far away. It's already here, waiting for you to let go waiting for you to trust, waiting for you to become the person who naturally attracts it. If these words resonated with something inside you, Alaric invites you, like this episode, share it with someone who might need it, and continue walking this path with Alaric. Go to the comments section and write, "Today I will relax and manifest." This is more than just a statement. This is a commitment to yourself to live a fuller, more peaceful, and abundant life. Every step matters. Every step counts. Until next time, stay calm, stay grounded, and keep choosing the strength within you.